First of all, they would eat gritswurst, which was a Christmas tradition, which is grits and wurst, meaning sausage. So, like sand sausage. It was horrible. Hello and welcome back
Hi guys.
to Adulting Midwest Style. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Alicia.
It's a podcast where we talk all things adulting and being first-time parents. And
we play fun games.
Now Christmas.
Woo! Look at us. We tried. Look at our sweaters. We got Bear with some cute little glasses on.
I am an elf.
He's an elf. Then we got Mr. What should we call him? George?
Sure.
George. Anyway, happy December, everyone. Let's get into our beer. I went with Spotted Cow Classic for me, I know. But it is what it is. First week of December, celebrating with my favorite beer.
I also have some Fantasy Factory. We are rounding out all the different six-packs that we bought.
Yes, we are.
But
this episode is kind of fun. You'll learn some new stuff about us, little childhood stuff about us.
Yep.
It's our holiday traditions episode. So we thought to get into the holiday spirit, we'd share with you kind of traditions that we grew up with and what traditions we are going to do in our little family. So you want to get started or me?
You can.
Let's go. So we kind of broke it up into like different categories. So the first category is like decorating. So when do we decorate? So in my family, when I was growing up, we decorated literally maybe 2 weeks before Christmas. We were late bloomers. We'd pull up all the Christmas boxes, which we had a million because 7 kids. So like all the stupid handmade Christmas ornaments and Christmas decorations that we had over the years, we had like a million boxes. And so we'd bring those up literally like 2 weeks before Christmas and we'd all chip in and decorate. And then that would be it. And we used a real Christmas tree in my family. And we decorated with mostly like handmade ornaments throughout the years. My parents used to get different ornaments from different people. They had like little birdie ornaments because they're into birds. And my grandma...
Mourning doves. Mourning doves.
And then my grandma used to give all of us girls the Barbie ornament of that year. So we had a shit ton of Barbie ornaments because each of us got a Barney ornament. So that's our Barbie ornament times 4 every year. So
yeah.
We always put an angel on top of the tree. And I don't know, our color scheme was always just the classic red, green, and hodgepodge, pretty much. But yeah, we mostly decorated with handmade stuff, lots of angels, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay.
Your turn. Decorating when you grew up.
Sure. So you're asking the wrong guy. It was my mom who went all out. It was always my mom. I would always help with the tree.
Did you guys have real or fake?
We almost always had fake. When I was growing up, before fake trees were really a thing, we would have a real tree.
Yeah. And then you transition to the...
Yeah, I think everybody else really has. I think it's...
I don't know. Comment below if you use real or fake.
I just think they're easier. You don't have to water them. You don't have pine needles everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to go lop one down.
To this day, my parents still use a real tree, though. So, to each their own.
But my mom would obviously go all out. She has tchotchkes everywhere. Even, snowmen and nutcrackers. People would always buy me a nutcracker, even though I never said that I was collecting them.
And we now have inherited them, like all 50 nutcrackers that he has.
I don't know the exact amount.
No, but it's about that.
And like this guy is, 3 feet tall, but most of them are normal sized.
Sick.
But always different. Like,
yeah, they're fun.
Like I have the Wizard of Oz crew. I have like a brewer one.
You have a bunch of Santas and a
Yeah.
turkey.
Yeah.
Yep. And like you have another like a beach guy. Like you have a bunch of like
Yeah. A
randos.
surfer dude.
Yeah.
So they're cool and they're awesome. They just take up a lot of space and they're heavy in a heavy bin
Yes.
downstairs.
But we still put them out because they
Mhm.
are fun and kind of easy to decorate the whole house with.
Yep.
When you have a shit ton of
Random end
nutcrackers.
tables and
Yeah.
But yeah, like in terms of like decorating, we actually have it still we have a table in the middle of our living room. It has a glass, and inside of there, my mom made this like ice skating, people and ice rink, and around it went a little miniature train that she would plug in, and it was moving inside of this table.
If you guys follow me on Always Al, I have posted a few different pictures of this table that he's talking about that does have like the ability to decorate inside. Go check out Always Al if you're interested in seeing what we're talking about. But yeah, we change it every season usually. Right now it's got still the fall theme. We're still Christmas-fying the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's like a Christmas insert that we can put in that has a cute little train that we think Theo is going to just like be mesmerized by.
It's just very hard to set up.
Right. But did you guys have a star or angel usually?
Couldn't tell you. I'm going to go with a star.
I feel like I'm trying to think of what your mom puts on. I think it's a star now. But
yeah, there's always the one I made a macaroni
ornament
in kindergarten when I also shaved my head.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think
he looks miserable in the picture.
Yeah, I didn't smile. So it's just a really bad ornament. And that is always front and center on our tree because that's where my sister puts it. And
then he'll try to move it. And then if I see him trying to move it, I'll go ahead and move it back to its original home.
It belongs in the garbage disposal.
Yeah, but it's kind of a fun thing every year to make sure that's kind of front and center because Aaron, loves it.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of now our traditions are we have a fake tree that we are putting. Right now we have a little basement set up for like our Christmas tree, and we'll probably do Christmas down here. Eventually we may shift up to the living room when we don't have as much baby stuff happening up there.
Right.
Because we still have like a jumper that he loves still, that he still jumps around in there.
I just think it would like that's a play area. Like this is a play area too, but it's just that much bigger.
Yeah. And it's kind of cool. Like when the lights are off with the Christmas tree on in the basement, it kind of like is cool looking.
And it has like 8 different settings, like white lights and then colorful lights
and then blinking lights,
strobe lights.
And it's just, it's a bit much. We usually go, there's a setting where it has the colorful lights and then it like slowly transitions to the white and then slowly back to the color. And that's nice.
Yeah.
So we usually keep it at that. And I don't know, our ornaments are kind of a hodgepodge of like stuff that our parents gave us from like the handmade shit that we probably should just throw out.
Or our favorite ornaments from the tree from the...
Yeah. And then usually every year we try to pick out an ornament that kind of, represents the year for us. So like last year we got one of like being pregnant and like baby, like first baby and everything like that.
This one might have to be a mask.
Yeah, right. Your mom is making like a bunch of like miniature mask ones that have like 2020 on it because she's crafty and it's actually really cute. But I'll maybe snap a picture of it when she gives me the one that she's making me and post it on my Instagram so you can see what I'm talking about. But
yeah, we always go out of our way to try to find one ornament. Yep,
every year, and we'll write the year on it unless it's already on there. And kind of that's a tradition we have. We haven't quite figured out what we'll do with Theo this year. We are just kind of off topic with decorating, but this year we're kind of splitting Christmas, and we think we'll probably stick with that. We'll do like Christmas Eve with one family and Christmas Day with the other family and vice versa, maybe. I don't know. But we'll figure out the traditions with him as he gets older, I think. there's a few things I've heard about that I think are cool, like giving them like on Christmas Eve, like Christmas pajamas every year with like a Christmas book and, stuff like that.
Something that we'll just kind of come up with.
Yeah. We'll come up with traditions that we'll have in this house, but other than that, our decorations are pretty much
hand-me-downs
and like they're the classic colors, like the green, red. We'll have kind of hodgepodge, but we stick kind of with the classic green, red because it's cool and everything. And then we have all those fucking nutcrackers everywhere.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it for decorating. I can't think of anything else we do. But yeah, so I'm trying to think. For outside, we
just do like blue lights.
Blue Christmas, like big bulbed ones. And then we do have a wooden Santa that's kind of cool that we keep on like our porch. That I think your dad just
found. Like, I swear.
Which is classic his dad, let me tell you. Maybe we'll get into that later in life.
And a plug-in star.
Yep. So we have blue lights around like the perimeter or the front of the house, and then a star like in between two front windows we have. And that's kind of all we do.
Yeah, we could really go all out. Like, we have a smaller tree that's in its own, like, I don't know what you would call it. Just planter.
Yeah.
And that could all get wrapped. We just don't.
We wanted to do Christmas lights kind of lining or like right above our front window, which is kind of a bigger window. But we couldn't figure out how to get it all connected and work. So
the plugs didn't match with the extension cord.
That might be a next year project we'll figure out. Because I do like it. We have like the icicle lights that I thought would look cool there. But didn't happen this year, which is fine. And then we typically start decorating in this household. We typically try to get most of it up the Black Friday and like after Thanksgiving weekend, so that all of December mostly we're all decorated and everything. Because I don't know, I feel like when my family did it like 2 weeks before, I felt like we got it up and then like
took it down.
It wasn't like something we had up long enough for it to like feel, I don't know. No offense, Mom, but yeah. So we try to decorate most of it like the weekend and week after Thanksgiving, just to get it all up and get that Christmas vibes flowing here. But anyway, why don't we move into our gifting section, which I know Aaron might, I don't know how much shopping you did as a kid with moms and dads, and
very limited.
But I thought it was a good section to talk about because I don't know, like for my family back then, we did do like Black Friday shopping, and I know my parents shopped a lot online, but like when I would have to shop for family members or, when I got older, we did a Secret Santa because our family, again, very large. So we did a Secret Santa. We picked one name and that's who we would shop for. And so I typically 9 out of 10 times when I was younger, would shop at Target. Amazon wasn't like really in my mind when I was like shopping younger.
And that's a relatively new phenomenon.
Yeah, like I feel like
even
Target.
Even in college, like Amazon was just kind of starting to become popular.
Yeah. So Target was where I shopped mostly, and then like if I had a girl, maybe I'd go to like Ulta or something. But that's kind of the only places I would shop for when I was in like high school shopping for a sibling. And then I don't know.
Did you ever have the in-school gender specific gift shopping? In like one of our years, maybe 5th or 6th grade. Like it was a gender specific thing where I would have to write down on a piece of paper, like, I like these 3 toys, and there was like a $20 limit, and then somebody else drew my name. And
so you did like a Secret Santa at school?
Yeah.
That's kind of nifty. No, I did not have that.
Yeah. So that's like, I only remember doing it like 1 year.
I don't know. I didn't have that at school.
And that was before like saying Merry Christmas was like offensive to people.
Right.
So
maybe that's why. Maybe it stopped, nipped it in the bud.
Mm-hmm.
But no, my school didn't do that. I know for like our church, we had like Christmas trees in like the narthex or like the common area where we could like pull an ornament off and we would shop for like a child in need or something like that. We did that every year. Um, but other than that, um, that's kind of like shopping that I remember when I would be shopping for somebody. That Target was my place, and like Ulta if it was a girl that I was shopping for.
And then for like me, by like, oh, you got. I don't even remember like Secret Santa because I never shopped
Yeah.
for my mom would just come home and be like, "Oh, you had your cousin. This is what I got him," and I'd be like,
Put my name on it.
Sure,
thanks.
Sure, thanks, Mom. Like
I think that's true for my brothers too. Like I feel like they would like my mom would get it for them, they'd pay her back, and then their name would end up on
I would just
gift.
like despise shopping like growing up.
Yeah.
So
I think that's classic guy thing. I don't know. I don't think they care about it as much when they're in high school. Like my brothers, I don't think went out of their way shopping. But that's kind of like where I shopped. And then as far as like wrapping, I am like the queen of wrapping in my family. I would be at home on Christmas wrapping for like everybody. Like I wrapped for my uncles that my mom would buy for, and like my siblings, like they would always come to me and be like, "Hey, can you wrap my Secret Santa gift?" Or "Hey, can you wrap this gift for mom?" And I absolutely love wrapping. It's like a calming thing for me. So I would be like on Christmas Eve the wrapper. I would wrap every freaking thing, and I absolutely loved it. And I would say I'm pretty good. I'm not like an expert by any means. Like I'm not the type that like make sure all the sides match and put a bow on every gift and everything. But I would say I wrap a good gift.
I think there was like 2 or 3 years where we would load all of the gifts that we were going to give for Christmas Eve, because we would have a bunch of people over on Christmas Eve, and we'd bring them in and we'd have like little tags. And there was like 2 or 3 years that I would actually help my mom wrap. And
you're a pretty good rapper.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
He's not a train wreck.
Yeah, I bet you when I was like 12, it probably was, but I don't know. There was like 2 or 3 years that I really got into it, and then I don't know. I can do it.
Well, it's not like garbage. Like he actually knows like what he's doing. You know, some people just kind of like, I don't know, crumble it up around whatever they're
kind of like have like one side where it's just
yeah. No, he's a good rapper. But anyway, and then as far as I thought this would be interesting, like this or that. I like to wrap gifts. I don't usually bag unless it's something that I like literally cannot figure out how to wrap. But I will like absolutely try my hardest to wrap everything because I think that's just more fun.
Mm-hmm.
Bagging stuff, I get it. Sometimes it's just easier depending on the shape and everything. But I remember wrapping like a basketball, even though it's a bitch to wrap. But I was like, I'm going to figure it out. Mm-hmm. So I'm a wrapper. I'm not a bagger usually, unless it's desperate. And then you don't really wrap because I do all the wrapping.
Yeah, I just hand it to her because
I love it.
Literally,
why would he wrap? Thing. I love doing it. So I do it now in my house. And then now I guess we can get into our gifting kind of situation. We still to this day do Secret Santa in my family, but now all of the significant others are all included, all the people that married into the family. Mm-hmm. And we just draw names and $25 limit. And on Christmas Eve, we usually do the opening, but this year our schedules are all different and everything. So I think we'll probably just do it on Christmas Day when we're all there. But usually on Christmas Eve, we do Secret Santa and then Christmas morning.
It's gender specific too.
Yes,
so
yes.
Boys with boys and girls
Boys
with girls.
all get matched up and girls all get matched up.
Which is really nice because all your brothers like bourbon and your one 20-year-old brother, he's 20. So he likes probably like Keystone Light. And
sorry, John. But yeah, so we still do that in my family to this day. And then with his family for gifting, we usually buy everybody, his dad, his mom, and his sister, something from all of us. So
And our family used to be super extended. Like we would go to like this grandma and this aunt and that aunt, and it's pretty much like over the years has just kind of
I think that's true for
condensed
me too. Like we used to always go to Indiana around Christmas time and do like a Secret Santa type of situation there.
with
I
all your
think
aunts
once
and
I think once like all of the siblings got married and were having kids, like I think it just kind of gradually gets more like now it's
cons-
just grandmas and grandpas and immediate family that do it
consolidated.
now.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I don't know if you guys might have different traditions. Let us know in the comments what your traditions are. Side note, because we'd love to see what all you guys do. But I think, yeah, as far as what we do now, that's kind of it. I still do all the wrapping. We'll still do Christmas. I mean, with Theo, we'll probably have a little Christmas here under the tree in the basement. Maybe the morning of, I think we're doing this year with his mom, dad, and sister. And that's kind of what we have going on this year. But I think that'll change every year because we want to make sure we see each other's families around then. So,
Yep.
All right. So I think that probably wraps up our gifting little category. Let's get into the main event before the main event, which is Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
But I know you said you wanted to mention.
Yeah. Even before Christmas Eve, my mom would always have like an adult Christmas party, which was basically just a drink fest.
Yeah. I've been a part of a few in my adult life.
And they're fantastic when you're 21, but like growing up, like when I was like 14, it was just kind of fun watching everybody get drunk.
Not knowing what they were actually doing and why they were acting that way, probably.
Right. But just like, and then she would have this adult Christmas party probably around right now, right? The start of December.
Yeah.
And then on the 24th, she would have like the family one. There'd be kids, there'd be presents.
Yeah. But on Christmas Eve, we're going to kind of split it then and now because each of us have quite a few traditions on Christmas Eve that we thought we'd share. And then Christmas Day, we'll talk about after. So I guess I'll get started. So the first thing I always think of, my family always hosted Christmas Eve. So number one, we always hosted. And my mom would always make this exact same meal. She makes it once a year, and it's delicious, magnificent beef stroganoff. It is so good. And it's something I know all of my family looks forward to every year is my mom's beef stroganoff. And she makes it only on Christmas Eve. And I can say myself and my sisters mostly, we were always in the kitchen helping her. We would always get the table set. We would always clean up the, nicer dishes, our Christmas dishes, get those all dusted off, cleaned off, and then we would help get all the appetizers out and sliced and diced and everything. My sisters and I were mainly in the kitchen with my mom.
Isn't that like the 1 year that they have like crystal?
Yes, they pull out our nice dishes, our crystal glasses and everything. And my dad was always helping out here and there too. He would always be doing something. And then my brothers were probably playing video games and then my mom would yell at one of them to help carry something or bring something up, and they'd
bring it up,
complain but do it. So that was kind of like the food. Like my sisters and I would help. We'd have appetizers. We'd do beef stroganoff, and then the week before, probably, we would be making like 10 different kinds of Christmas cookies. We always did that kind of the week before. And then one of my sisters and I, or two of my other sisters, would make our Christmas plates and all the Christmas cookie dishes so that after we would have Christmas cookies, like, again, 10 different kinds. And I think I'm going to talk about that in a later episode, like all the different Christmas cookies we make, because it's just insane how many different things we do. But that's kind of like the food on our Christmas Eve, that traditions, like what we do. But
yeah, so obviously we didn't have like a meal. We would always have the party, and it would always be the traditional kind of party foods and then a main meal that I don't know really was specific. Like it was just
I
kind of
think just based off of like how I've participated, it seems like it's different every year.
yeah,
Like
it's just kind of what we felt.
meatballs, beef, like
Hmm.
sandwiches type of stuff.
But I did used to make Christmas cookies with my grandma, and this was way back, kind of like what you were saying, like weeks before. It would be me and my grandma. We would roll the dough. We would cook cook the cookies. I was maybe 10 to 12 years
Yeah.
old, and then all my cousins from that side and aunts and uncles would come, and we'd decorate all the different cookies, and they'd take some home. We'd keep some.
Yeah.
But I mean, ever since she's passed,
Right.
like it hasn't come back. I
Yeah.
don't know. But in terms of food, like we would just have like party food.
Did you guys have the sparkling grape juice?
No,
That is my family. That is what the kids drank on kind of all the family gatherings because all of my siblings are obsessed with it. I never liked it. I never ate it
it's
or
basically
drank
just
it.
sparkling grape juice. It's
I'm not a big carbonation person. Like I don't drink pop, soda, whatever you want to call it. I don't drink that unless it's like in a mixed drink of some sort. But I'm not a big pop drinker, so
What
I
was the
don't.
last mixed drink you had?
College,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm not a big mixed drinker, beer drinker all the way for me. Whoop, whoop. But yeah, that was big in my family, like on all the parties, but Christmas Eve included. Like my uncle would bring like 2-3 bottles. My parents would always have 3 or 4 bottles. And then by the end of the night, I swear to God, there was only like 1, 2 left because between my cousins and my siblings, like they drank that like insane.
Like they were trying to get drunk.
Yeah, seriously. And it just was never a drink that I enjoyed. I never participated in that. It was gross. But as for like,
I will say that at your family Christmas Eve, it's like the one of the only times I really ever drink wine.
yeah, we wine drinkers, my family, yeah.
Easter,
Yeah.
I also will, but that's like I don't go out and buy wine.
Oh, we're not big wine drinkers. We
And
don't
it's
have
like
one
literally
bottle
the
here.
only time I really ever drink wine.
I'll have a glass or 2 at my parents' as well. That's kind of the only place I drink wine too.
And it better be sweet.
Yeah. I'm like a pink wine. I don't like the dry reds. I'm like pink and then white and then red.
Which is weird because I drink black coffee, which is bitter and like it's the coffee taste, and that's like what dry wine is.
Right.
It's just, but I'm expecting like a pure apple or a pure grape.
Yeah.
Coming out of that.
Coming out of that bottle.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Yep. Wine drinker. Wine is definitely served. Sparkling grape juice. Yeah, beer is not really a part of it. Like my brothers will drink it like outside of the meal. At mealtime though, it's wine, sparkling grape juice, and water. That is like what we're drinking.
Yep.
But as far as like gifting on Christmas Eve, we do, like I said previously, we do Secret Santa, and then since my mom hosted, we do my grandparents' gifts. We'll give them our gifts. They give us theirs. And then my uncles will do our gift exchange with them. So a slightly extended family kind of Christmas on Christmas Eve. And then with our family, just the Secret Santa. And that was all the gifting we did on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do any?
We had that party. Like even the people that came never, like they might bring a gift from my mom. Every once in a while, I would get a gift from a cousin or a family friend or something. And it was like my mom that always got gifts.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's kind of, she's hosting.
I think it's because she was hosting.
Yeah. She's hosting. She threw this whole thing together. She would always get, if they were coming, they would receive at least one gift. Like that was it.
Very true.
And it wouldn't be like a gift card. It would be like a legitimate, a sweater, a something.
Yeah.
But, she ended up stop hosting just because it became so much of a headache.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't really do it this year.
I know just like when I first started dating him, when I would attend these like get-togethers around Christmas, I was always like amazed by her like Christmas scene that she has. She has like the townhouse or Christmas houses. I don't know what they're called.
The light up ceramic type.
I don't know what they're called. They're like the Christmas houses, but she has like a whole like freaking town of them. Like she has a Ferris wheel, multiple like different stores and stuff, and she makes like this cool design on
village.
Top. Yeah, village, Christmas village. And it's just the coolest thing she has. That's something we should mention in the decorating. But yeah, that is big in their house. Like she has a whole Christmas village just like covering this one like top shelf in her house, and it's like the coolest thing.
It is probably a good 10 feet wide.
Yeah, no, and it's covered, it's full, and so it's really cool. That's something that in decorating that I've helped with previously, but I know she works really hard in making it look like an actual Christmas scene village type of thing. But anyway, back to gifting. I guess that's it. What did you have anything else for gifting?
No, I think that was it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of it for us. And then on Christmas Eve, we always went to church. Christmas morning, we would too. But Christmas Eve, we always did a church thing. There was always the nativity.
We were heathens, so sorry.
It's fine. That's fine. But anyway, so that's kind of it for Christmas Eve. And then again, I just wrapped all the gifts on Christmas Eve, go to bed, and Santa was there.
And I mean, one thing I forgot to mention was that my stepdad would always dress up as Santa.
Oh yeah.
And he would go to other people's houses and dress up as Santa, and like they would like give him gifts, and then he would give them to the kids. And
that was on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
the adult party.
The adult party was a lot more adult pictures.
Yes. So he would do Santa, and regardless of your age, you'd pop a squat on his lap and take a picture. That was like for sure a tradition that I learned quickly dating him. And
I mean, even since he's passed, like my cousin took up all the Santa gear and a Santa beard, and you know that tradition's still going.
Yeah. But yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So we had Santa come visit on the adult and on Christmas Eve, and that was fun. Yeah. I forgot about that. But anyway.
And like the first time that I didn't know, like.
No, you were his little elf. Like you.
I was an elf.
Yep.
I was dressed up as an elf, and I got tipped $20 once by a family because I think it was more or less a joke.
Yeah.
But Santa would come, and I'd be like, oh my God, like, where's Randy? Like, he's missing Santa, like, as a kid.
Yeah.
And like, oh no, he went to the store. What is he doing at the store?
Santa's here.
I know. So, gullible Aaron,
Yeah. That was fun, though. Even, like, I would pop a squat on his lap in college when he would do it, and you'd have to, it was a thing, you had to take a picture. Everyone would be in the same room, taking pictures, taking their turn, and then would go on their merry way drinking. Totally a tradition with you. But anyway, I think that kind of closes out Christmas Eve. Like I said, once kind of the meal was done, gifts were done, I'd wrap more gifts that weren't wrapped yet and go to bed, and Santa would come overnight. And to this day, my mom still wraps Santa gifts. Like, we still do Santa in our family, obviously.
Santa still comes.
Santa still comes. And yeah, so still fun. But on Christmas Day, I guess we can get into that. I don't have as many traditions on Christmas Day as Christmas Eve. Like, I don't know. We do Christmas morning, like the food we do is like a couple of egg casseroles and cinnamon rolls. After we do gifts. We do gifts like right from the get-go. My family still wakes up at like 7 a.m., which is not bad for me now. I'm up at 7 a.m. anyway. That's like...
It's like sleeping in.
Yes, that's like sleeping in. So I'm up at that time anyway, but we still kind of do it first on Christmas morning. And then after that, we do a big breakfast, the egg casseroles, cinnamon rolls, and then that was kind of it. we'd go to my Aunt Karen's for a meal, and then that was Christmas Day.
Yeah, I had way more places to go on Christmas Day when I was growing up versus today.
Yeah.
So when I was a little kid, we would always go over to my grandma's house. And first of all, they would eat gritswurst, which was a Christmas tradition, which is grits and wurst, meaning sausage. So like sand sausage. It was horrible, but I think my aunt still makes it.
I think your aunt does, yes.
So that was a Christmas tradition, and it was always a Christmas tradition that like significant others would have to try it at least once. I don't think you ever got to.
I don't think I did. I think your aunt, when we were there once for Christmas, she wanted me to, and I like hard passed on it because I had heard all about it.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I make myself eat something that was garbage? No offense to your family.
But we would always have pancakes and eggs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to find the pickle in the tree. Now,
I had never heard of this tradition until I met him, by the way.
this was always a tradition for all I can remember, and I know that is a tradition other families.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I see pickle ornaments everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, my grandma had this pickle ornament was maybe about that big.
Like an inch.
Like,
for those who are listening, about an inch big.
It is a green pickle in a green tree, and it was never... It was usually always in the middle section where it was like you were digging. But then one time she like hid it in an ornament. Like it was like in like a cup or something. And I think out of the... Man, I might have been searching for this ornament from like 10 years old. So like at least 10 years, maybe 15.
Yeah.
Never found it. And the first person to find it would always open up the first gift, and then it would go by age. I think it would oldest to youngest or youngest to oldest.
Yeah.
I couldn't really remember, but it was always like finding the pickle was like
a big deal.
Never found it. Not once.
Never heard of it, but I guess since he mentioned it, we just kind of one or two people would pass out gifts from under the tree, and then we would just open it. We didn't do age order. We don't like wait each other's turn or anything. We kind of like
just
a few people would pass them out, get them all out, and then we'd just open them and shout at the person, say thank you, that's so nice, blah blah blah. But that's about it for Christmas Day, honestly. And then as far as
maybe for you, it wasn't done.
Yikes. So sorry, continue.
So we would open up gifts at my grandparents, and obviously we had places to go and places to do, but we would also have the what would you call it, the gambling Christmas,
yes
Christmas gifts. So
isn't it like a lottery almost?
I'll try to describe it the best way I can. So my grandparents, my grandma would print off giant, like funny sized pieces of money that were like almost photocopied.
Yeah.
And it was like a really arbitrary amount, like $72 or something like that. And it was a specific amount. And everybody got the same amount. And she had a laundry bin full of different gifts. And a lot of these gifts were dollar store items or like gag gifts, but then there's a few gift cards. But you could never tell because they were all wrapped the exact same in the exact same paper, and she would be the one that would jingle it. You could only visually see it. And then people would bid. I bid $1. I bid $2. I bid $15.
Oh, auction. It was like an auction.
And, everybody would bid. The person the highest bid would get it. They would open it up and go, oh, I got toilet paper for the go. Oh, that's funny. Haha. And then we'd go on to the next gift. I think she spent maybe $100 worth of gift cards and then like another $10 worth of gifts. Like there was a lot of gifts though. But it was always trying to find the gift card.
Yeah. That it's kind of a cool tradition. When he told me it, I was like, "That's nifty. Never heard of that before."
And
Not sure if that's
and ever since she's passed, like that tradition never really
fizzled.
came. Yeah, it never really came back. But it was always something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
Let us know if you have any different traditions like that. Like I had never heard of the pickle. That was new to me. This auction thing. I don't even know if that's like a common tradition for people. But if you guys have any cool traditions on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, comment below. It'd be interesting to see what you guys all do. But
we would always play cribbage too. Like
Yeah.
I would go from my grandparents,
oh,
and
that's true.
we would go to like my aunts,
Yeah.
and we like me and my cousins and my uncles would play cribbage, and then I would have to go to a different aunt, and then this aunt, and then
Yeah.
that grandparent, and it was a lot when I was little.
Yeah.
But then now, like we said, it's really consolidated
Right.
into like we make pancakes and we open up gifts.
Pretty much. I mean, in our family, we play euchre Shanghai too on Christmas Day. That I think I mentioned that in a previous episode. We'll link it above. But yeah, so we always did Shanghai or euchre is what we did in my family, and that's again, I think that closes out Christmas Day for the both of us.
Yeah.
But as for now, again, we haven't like nailed down specific traditions, but we are gonna do as of this year. So what we're doing this year, we're doing Christmas Eve and like a little birthday with his family, kind of leading up to Christmas and then Christmas Eve. And then Christmas morning, they're coming to our house. His family is coming here. We're going to do Christmas morning with them. And then we'll drive down to Illinois and do Christmas Day night with my family and then just spend their weekend there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we got planned. But I don't know. I think we can close that up. Again, comment below your traditions. We'd love to see them. Side note, we do have a decision made about the beer selection. We will be expanding into the Midwest starting January of 2021.
Yeah, so if you have any beer selections that are from Midwest states.
Yeah, any ideas or suggestions, comment below too, any beer. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. And again, keep those cues coming in for a future Q&A.
Yeah.
And we hope you have a great week.
See ya.
Cheers.
Cheers.